What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Fireside Giants. I'm your host, Anthony Rivardo, and today, diving back into the film to react to Jaxson Dart's stellar Week 2 performance in the preseason. He had another great game, going 16 of 19 passing for about 150 yards, one touchdown passing, one touchdown rushing, and no turnovers. Now, we're going to start it out with this touchdown pass here, and what you're going to see is really a tremendous play design, a strike over the middle of the field from Jaxson Dart. So what we could see pre-snap on this breakdown. So the Jets are going to go ahead and initially line up in two deep. Safety look kind of looks like a Tampa 2 is probably going to be played here. And then if you're going to watch pre-snap, what Jaxson Dart's eyes are on is this safety. As this safety drops down into the box, okay, could this now be a cover 3 as the other safety rotates to the middle? But then right before the ball is snapped, that safety bails. And so what that's going to do is key to our guy Jaxson Dart that this is too deep, and then to attack the middle of the field. Two deep safeties means middle of the field open. Now, how are they going to get it as open as they did for Greg Dulcich up the seam here? That's the route that they're going to look to target. Well, we're going to get a better view of that in this tight angle here that we'll see. And this is where the great play design comes into play. They're going to fake a pitch out to number 23, the running back, Jonathan Ward. And what that's going to do is cause these two linebackers, as you can see, to shift. Those linebackers shift. That opens up this middle of the field for Greg Dulcich, who powers through the middle. And then, boom, as soon as this tight end clears this linebacker, who, again, is now way out of position from where he's supposed to be, thanks to that fake pitch to Jonathan Ward, Jaxson Dart knows, fired in there with some heat, some mustard on it, and get that seam route up the middle for the touchdown. So really a tremendous throw there from Jaxson Dart, but a great play design to spring him open and great efficiency and execution from the rookie to put this in not necessarily a tight window by NFL standards. This is wide open, but a great job reading those two deep safeties, knowing that this other inside hook zone is not going to get there in time after this linebacker was pulled out of position. So a lot of credit goes to Mike Kafka, the offensive coordinator and play caller on this play, to set things up here and get Greg Dulcich wide open for this touchdown pass delivered by Jaxson Dart. So another play that I want to highlight in this breakdown is Jaxson Dart's first pass of the game. This is going to be a screen pass to the tight end, Theo Johnson. But what I want to highlight on this, I know screen pass is not a ton of reading the field and going downfield with that, but I want to highlight how Jaxson Dart remained poised under pressure here. It's going to be a chip and release here from the tight end, Theo Johnson. But as this edge rusher crashes, he's right in the passing lane. But what Jaxson Dart's able to do, widen his base and sling that thing side arm. This is a really great job to find new arm angle and get this thing around the incoming defender so that the tight end, Theo Johnson, is able to make the reception and turn upfield for a huge gain of about 30 yards. Also, great credit to the Giants offensive line. You've got right tackle Jermaine Illuminor here, left tackle James Hudson right beside him, center John Michael Schmitz, left guard John Runyon Jr., all lead blockers out in front. That's a 4-on-2. Perfectly designed play once again here by Mike Kafka, and then a great catch and run from Theo Johnson. But it's all set up by the rookie Jaxson Dart, being poised under pressure, faking the counter handoff, and then as the pocket collapses here, widening his base. Look at the separation between his two feet, widening it, and then slinging it side arm in that different arm angle to make sure that he's able to get that pass off. So an impressive play with poise under pressure from the rookie. And again, another great play design here from Mike Kafka, who honestly was cooking throughout this game. All right, so another one of my favorite throws of the game here from Jaxson Dart. This time going with the empty look out of the shotgun, no running back in the backfield, running that 5 wide. And again, you see these two deep safeties here for the New York Jets. What they're actually going to be running is a cover 4 zone defense here. But again, knowing that there's two deep safeties, what do you want to attack? The middle of the field. And that's where Jaxson Dart is going to go with the ball after a great read. And he's going to hit this post route here, attacking that middle of the field. But what you're going to see is great accuracy. As this receiver clears the linebacker in that mid zone, as soon as he clears, you see the throw from Jaxson Dart, but the anticipation, not necessarily all the way open yet. It's not like he's here. He's still behind this linebacker, but throwing it to the spot And what I like, and you're going to see on the tight angle, is the way that this ball was thrown to shield Montrell Washington from that big hit and allow him to make this catch. Dart's going to throw this thing with tremendous accuracy where he's not going to lead him. He's going to throw it more towards the middle of the field rather than leading him this way where the safety could potentially make a break on the ball or disrupt this catch and break it up. He's going to put it here so it's a little bit behind Montrell Washington, who's able to shield himself from the defender and make the catch. That's next level efficiency there from Jaxson Dart and accuracy to read the spatial awareness here on the field and recognize there is a safety, there is a pocket and a zone to throw it into. But if I lead this receiver too far, I'm going to be responsible for this incompletion. So let me make sure that I throw this thing where he can get it and the safety cannot. So again, one of the things that I love about Jaxson Dart, and I need to praise him for, is his ability to throw over the middle of the field. We've seen that now twice on this film with two really impressive throws. Even the best rookie quarterbacks, the really good ones, struggle to throw over the middle of the field. But already Jaxson Dart is proving that he can do that. He can throw across the middle of the field with accuracy and anticipation. So a really impressive rep here. And another thing that Dart impresses me with is his poise under pressure. Those two traits are really difficult for quarterbacks to get a handle of early in their careers, throwing over the middle and also throwing under pressure. But Dart, through two preseason games, has been really impressive in both regards. And I love this throw here, firing it in there, tons of velocity, and putting it behind the receiver so that he can shield his body and make the catch. A really nice, accurate throw over the middle of the field from Jaxson Dart. All right, so this next one, it's a pretty routine play, but I'm going to go ahead and highlight it for Giants fans and for Fireside Giants viewers in particular, because if you've been viewing this channel for a while, you've heard me say throwing in stride and on time is going to make a big difference in the Giants offense in 2025, and you do see that here. I've explained this before, but last year the Giants quarterbacks oftentimes were not hitting the receivers in stride on these short passing concepts, or they were behind the receivers, or they were late to make the throw, and it was sacrificing a lot of yards after the catch. But what you're going to see here is, again, empty backfield 5 wide. Want to make note of that. Mike Kafka went to this package and this formation quite a lot, but you're going to have Gunnar Olszewski running a quick out route here, but the ball is going to be thrown on time and accurately, and that's going to allow Gunnar Olszewski, again, facing man coverage this time. This is going to be a cover two deep safety. So again, middle of the field, but we're not going to look at that because knowing that it's man coverage, we have a man beating route here from a slot receiver matched up against a linebacker. That should be a win. And Jaxson Dart's just going to stare that down and make sure that he puts this throw on the money. And that's what he's going to do. Watch as this ball comes out and it hits Gunnar Olszewski and he does not break stride at all. Now he catches this thing a good 3 yards behind the line to gain. Line to gain being right here, the 45-yard line. He's catching it right here. But because this ball is out in front of him and it allows him to catch it in stride, he's going to be able to turn upfield, gain an additional 3 or so yards after the catch, and pick up the first down. So again, throwing on time, throwing accurately, and allowing your receiver to get into the ball in stride is going to make a big difference for this Giants offense. A perfectly thrown ball there, right on time, hits him just as he's coming out of his break and allows him to turn up and get the first down. That's going to be a difference-making level of efficiency for the Giants offense this season. That's not just going to be Jaxson Dart, it's going to be Russell Wilson too, having the ability to throw the ball on time so that your receiver can create some yards after the catch. This is a really nice rep here from Jaxson Dart. All right, so this next play, a couple things that I'm going to highlight here. Once again, Mike Kafka and a great play design to get a player open. This is going to be a play down in the red zone. Giants are going to run a bootleg, kind of roll out pass here for Dart, who's going to come around this way. And he's basically going to have a 3-level read where he's going to have 3 receivers attacking this cover 1 man. This is a 1 deep safety and man coverage across the board here. And so what you're going to see as this play rolls, watch as these linebackers fall for this play fake. I love this play action offense that Mike Kafka is running right now. And you're going to see this kind of slide here from Antoine Wells Jr., the slot receiver. He's going to come across the formation and just run out into the flat. But look at these 2 linebackers already shifting to the left to get into their run fits and stop the run. And that's going to pull them out of position. And then as Antoine Wells Jr. releases here, look at this linebacker trying to haul over into the flat because that's his man coverage assignment. He's not going to be able to get there. Dart's going to give him a nice throw in stride once again. Like I said on that last rep, an in stride pass allows him to turn upfield and make some plays after the catch. Look at how dynamic your receivers can be after the catch when you get them the ball in stride. So once again, looking from the tight angle, the play fake here, look at how far out of position that linebacker now is. And then you've got this little underneath route into the flat. Just hit him in stride, let him turn upfield, and watch what Antoine Wells Jr. can do. So a really nice play design once again there to set up a line or play on the goal line for the Giants offense, which of course was capped off this drive with the quarterback sneak from Jaxson Dart. So a really impressive day from Jaxson Dart, 2 preseason games in a row with really stellar performances. I've got a lot of confidence in this kid. I know you guys do too, and I'm really excited to see what he's able to do this Thursday night against the Patriots. But hey guys, if you enjoyed this film breakdown, make sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and ring the bell so you don't miss an episode. I'll catch you all on the next one. Have a good one, and let's go New York Giants.
Perfect.